Gonna make it so nice. Yes. We are going to make a start now and then we'll see how that goes until we get more people join us. So yeah. Okay, so I guess the first thing is why would um a a carer want to become an entrepreneur? And with all the things that we juggle, is that even possible? I mean, we do a lot day to day with our care responsibilities. And so the question that baffles me is why then do I want to add another responsibility? And is it possible to add another responsibility to what I already have? And the question is, yes, it's possible, as every entrepreneur journey, it's challenging and a lot of times it can be daunting, but it's possible to actually become an entrepreneur or be an entrepreneur whilst being a carer. And I have a story of a friend who is not here today. And I think I'm going to invite her, someday to share her story. So she started caring for her mom who had dementia, and the mom um had dementia for a long time, and she was caring for her mom. And in the midst of that, she started going through some skin challenges, and then she realized, okay, the best thing for her was to start making her product, which was what she started doing. And when she started, everyone started talking about how good her products were and how, they wanted to get some product from her for themselves. And that was how my friend started to make her product, her skincare product, in little jars. And she started to sell, and it started from family and friends. So while she's caring for her mom, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, how she was able to squeeze out time, because from personal experience, I know that skincare is not something that you can just whisk out and expect it to fly, because you need to get your formulations right. You need to measure, you need to do all of that. And so I don't know how she was able to do that. And now her mom is dead. Her mom died, her mom passed, I think last year, um, towards the middle of last year. And her brand has now gone global, which is really, really interesting. And she was telling me recently that, oh, it was the skincare, the product that was helping her through the grief of her mom's passing. So this is just to encourage someone out there, because I am also a carer. And I have two family members that I'm caring for. And I know it can be a lot, but in the midst of all that, probably because I'm a restless kind of person, like I do have a restless personality. And so I am always looking for ways to reinvent myself and to realize that my caring responsibilities is not all that that is there of me, and I can be something more than that. So that is basically the highlight of what we are doing today when we talk about from from carers to entrepreneurs. So that's a bit of background and just an encouragement. So when we look at the agenda for today, so we have the welcome and introductions, what it entails to start your business, building an online presence, leveraging AI for productivity and marketing, financial literacy and funding, balancing business and well-being, which is part of what I just spoke about. And then we go to key takeaways and next steps. And then if you have any questions, please do let me know. Um, as we go along, if you have any questions on any particular slides, or if you want to take a photo of any of the slides, please do feel free to do so. And but the recording will be shared afterwards, so you can always go back to the recordings and watch again. So the first thing I would like to talk about is Birdie Box, who we are and what we do and why we feel like this webinar today is important for us to bring to you. So we are a CIC. We started initially as a limited company, but because of the community projects that we do, we have converted into a CIC. And part of the community projects that we do is to bring digital literacy to carers and to patients. Our focus is on dementia, but we do provide the programs to carers outside of the dementia space. So it could be caring for elderly relatives, or caring for children, or professional carers. Yeah, we bring the programs to all types of carers. And we also do create awareness in the dementia space. We have well-being and mental health support. We have a community platform on Facebook, and we've recently opened our WhatsApp channel for engagement and for awareness. We also do give practical support and financial guidance. So, like what we are doing today is practical support, and we're going to be taking you through step-by-step process of becoming an entrepreneur. So with Birdie Box, we have an app, and our app basically enhances care coordination. So it makes caring responsibilities much easier. It reduces the burden and anxiety. And from personal experience, I do know how much anxiety caring can cause. Um, our app also gives increased independence for both the patients and the carers, and it improves self-esteem. That's it for Buddy Box, for our introductions, and now straight to starting your business, the foundation. So there are a few things you need to know when starting your business. And from a business structure perspective, you can either be a sole trader, a limited company, a private limited company, a CIC, which is community interest company, which we are, or a charity, or a public limited company, or a partnership, and so on and so forth. But for someone who is starting from scratch, sole trader, or private limited, or a CIC, or a charity, it depends on what you would like to set up. So for someone who likes to do charity engagement, maybe you have a charity commitment that you are already um, work, working with or volunteering with, and you do like that sort of structure, you can then go on to do that. And that is not yeah, it's the only thing to note is when you are trying to file for taxes. That is one of the things that you need to note when you set up. So, for instance, as a sole trader, you would only submit your self-assessment with the HMRC. For private, for public, you would probably need an accountant to help you to submit your document, or you can learn it by yourself. The same goes for a CIC, but for a charity, the charity commission would need to audit your charity. I think it's once or twice a year that they would come into audit because charities don't pay taxes, but they need to be audited just to ensure that all their financial details are on the right track. So the second thing to know when you're starting a business is registration of your business. So once you decide if you want to become a sole trader or private limited or a CIC, how do you then register your company? So you would go to the company's house and then you fill in the form, you type in your details. And this is just to let you know, right? So when I was registering my business or one of my businesses years ago, I did put my house address there. And I didn't know that it was going to be for public record. So this is just to let you know. There are a lot of places that you can get a virtual address, and it's relatively cheap. Yeah, that you can pay per month, or some of them do per annum, and then they give a discount. So you might want to consider a virtual address when you are registering for your company. And if you don't have anything to hide, you can use your home address. But to remove your home address from the company's house, you need to sign a form, to fill out a form and make some payments to remove your home address from the company's house. So please do bear that in mind. To register your company, you can also go through Tide. I don't know if anyone has heard of Tide Bank. It's an online bank. So if you go to Tide Bank, I'm just going to show us for reference. Tide Bank, yeah, that's them. So they have a platform, and their platform now, when you click on start your business, it gives you like different options. So if you go through Tide to register your company, they will only charge you £14, and they would give you a bank account. So most people that I coach and mentor now, I just tell them to use Tide because you have the virtual address there. You can get everything that you need to go online right there. And the initial registration is £14, while on the company's house, it is £50. So you might want to consider that. Yeah, the next thing that you need to note when starting your business, the foundation is what we are talking about now, is what bank you want to use. So, for instance, would this bank incur charges, or would transactions be free up until maybe a certain amount? I do know some banks that maybe when you get to like £1,000, that's when they start to charge on a monthly rate. And the charges too could go as low as £5 per month, or 10, £20 per month. So this is something that you really do need to do your research on. What bank? Or you could open a cooperative bank. One thing I know about cooperative banks is that they are community focused. So for instance, if you're looking to open a CIC or a charity, a cooperative bank is suitable, because not all banks. So for Birdie Box, we used to use one of the online banks, and then when we changed into a CIC, we realized that the online banks they were not supporting CICs, so we then had to move to a different bank. And with cooperative banks as well, they do have some grant applications that you can apply for. So if you're banking with them, you already have an opportunity to get into their funding pot. And lastly, when it comes to foundation, is the the carer entrepreneur challenges. As most business owners, nobody who has been, so I have been in business since 2005. This year will be my 21st year in business. And I will tell you that no business is the same, and all businesses have their challenges. So from from selling a toilet paper, to selling a bottle of water, to selling a kettle, to selling some biscuits, to cakes. Every business has their challenges. So you need to know the challenge that you would like to do. But a business that you want to set up should be something that you have a flair for. So for instance, me, I love to talk and I love to to engage with people, and I also come from a tech background. So sometimes I do some coaching, sometimes I do like mentoring, sometimes I host like webinars and workshops, and just yeah, just things that I love. I also love to make soap. So there are times where my caring responsibilities is a lot. I just come to the kitchen and lock myself in here, and I'm making a bar of soap, and I just love it. Or I'm making creams for myself, hair cream, body cream. So yeah, depends. But you need to find the balance in whatever it is that you're setting up, and that would build a strong foundation for you in the long run. So, on to the next slide, an online presence. What does this really mean? Is just, all right, for instance, if you have decided that, okay, you love to bake a cake or cookies, and that is what you want to do. You've sold a few to your friends and families. So how would your neighbors know that you sell cakes? How would your school friends, the carers community that you're part of, how would they know that you bake cakes? And word of mouth is very good. I mean, referrals, those are very, very good. But the world has advanced beyond that. And you can reach a wide range of customers waiting to try and test your cakes. And think about it, people need cakes every week or every day or something for for a celebration, for an anniversary, people need these things. For toilet papers, people need it. Skincare, people need it. So these are the things that people need. So how do you want to reach a wide range of customers? And there are some sites. So you do need a website. Yeah, you do need a website. So in getting a website, some sites already have a template that you can buy. So for instance, like Wix has a template that you can buy. Wix is easy to use and build. And there are also some AI tools. I'm going to talk about AI in the next slide. Yeah, but Wix can build you a simple, easy website that you can just upload your photos there and share it with your community. You also need to get a domain name. So in the previous slide, when I was talking about this registration and compliance, one thing I forgot to mention here is your business name. You need a business name. So for instance, if you're going to sell cake, could someone be kind, please, to tell me in the chat room what they think that their business could possibly be, so that we can use that as an example. So if you know the business that you're looking to set up, just put it into the chat room and then we can use that as an example. So here you need your business name. So when we then go to the next slide, the domain name would then be the business name. So for instance, for me, my name is Rebecca, and let's say I want to register a company called Rebecca. When I then come to create my domain name, it would then be Re rebecca.com or rebecca.org.uk or Rebecca dot someone said, yeah, Z's, a clothing line named Z's. So yeah, so it would then be Z's dot com. So the next one, which is the company's email address, you can then have it as info@z's.com or hello@z's.com. And that would just basically turn your brand or make your business from a normal looking business into a professional business for you. And it's always good, to have your company's name allocated to the things you do, because it then creates a brand for your company that is just going to look very, very nice and professional. You also need some social media pages. So for instance, if you know that your customers are going to be on Facebook or TikTok, you would then go and create an account there. Z's at clothing line, or Z's fashion, or Z's retail. So whatever that looks like. Z's may not be available immediately, but if you maybe add things like, oh, Z's re retail, yeah, so you need to try some combinations to be able to get the results that you are looking to get. So next slide, I'm going to be talking about how you can leverage AI for productivity. I don't know, has anybody here used AI for productivity for anything? Or do you know or not know about AI? Oh, if you could put it into the chat room, please. Does anybody know about AI? The reason why I'm asking this is not to to assume that everybody knows, because I've been to workshops where people just say to me, what is AI? And yeah. So I don't want to assume, but yeah, okay. There is no chat. Okay, so artificial intelligence can basically help to assist, can assist in creating content. So for instance, if you need content for your social media, AI can help you to type out a script, and I'm going to show an example. I think I should wait until the end and show an example, or maybe just do it here whilst the AI runs. So for instance, let's take Z's as an example at the moment, yeah? So I come on ChatGPT, Z's content. Okay, let me just write something. Write a content, a marketing content for Z's fashion house. Yeah. Okay. And then ChatGPT would basically go and bring out the content um, for your marketing plan. And that is basically called content generation. And you can then go into ChatGPT and say for ChatGPT to create a story. So ChatGPT would then create. Let's have a look at what ChatGPT has come up with. Aziz Fashion House, fashion is more than clothing. So these basically can be your tagline when you go on social media. This can be your tagline that fashion is more than clothing, and it tells you all the things that you you do or you need to do. And this is just basically an example, and then you then need to go and refine it and refine what ChatGPT has just created. You can go further to say create a marketing strategy for this, and then it comes up with a lot, and then you can go to then say create 2 weeks content, 2 weeks marketing content, and then it goes on to create more things for your brand. Yeah, see here, it's talking about your brand position, which is confident, stylish, reflects identity and individuality. So this is just an example. Yeah. So if you then go to say create 2 weeks content, so it will break it down for you. And what you then need, for instance, is to take this. So this is week one, no, day one that I'm just highlighting. So the next point here is you can then go to generate an image. So for instance, the one I like to use is called Nano Banana. So I'm just going to say to this create an image. Create an image for Z's fashion. Yeah. So while that is generating, let's go to some of the do's and don'ts of AI. So the first thing you should not do when using AI is don't put your personally identifiable information on AI. And the reason why that is because it does have some monitoring element to it, and you don't want to put like your phone number, your house address, your email, your full name, your children's name, your spouse's name, or the name of the person that you're caring for. because it goes against the data protection laws. So yeah, and it saves you time, to be honest. Yeah. So look at, for instance, the image that Nano Banana has generated. Can everybody see this? Yeah. And then it gives you the exact tagline that we copied from ChatGPT, this exact tagline, and it gives you that. And these are the simple ways that literally you can do this on your phone and start to just build your online presence. There are so many more tools that I can share, but these are just the basics. So if you take this one, for instance, you go to your Instagram or you update this on your website, and then you just put it there, Z's Fashion House, dress bold. It talks about being confident in your style. So this is just basically it's content that everybody now uses to make their product or their brand more efficient. So moving on to the next slide, we're going to be talking about financial literacy and some funding opportunities. So the first thing to note is your cash flow. So if you're building, let's let's say you want to build a fashion house, Z's. Let's use Z's as an example. Z's, you need to make sure that the cost of producing one top or a trousers is not is less than what you will sell it for. So your sale should be more than the cost price. So for instance, if you buy the top that you're going to make, let's say the materials, the sewing, the stitching, everything costs £5. For instance, you should not sell that same top for £4, because if you do sell it for £4, you are losing £1. So you can then sell that top for maybe £7. So it comes back. So two pounds comes back into your pocket, and then you can then use that to make another top or make like two more tops, as the case may be. So that is the first thing to note when it comes to pricing to products. Then your cash flow, you need to make sure that your cash flow, what you start your business with. I hear a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you need a lot of money to start your business." And I say to them, I've been in business for 21 years now. That is not always true. Yeah, it's not always true, depending on the business that you are going into. And you need to be able to look at multiple ways in which your business can generate income. So, for instance, I make soap, I make skincare, I make hair care stuff. And then last year, December, I decided I was going to take my soaps to sell to those who are looking to give out hampers to their clients. So I reached out to a few customers in the corporate world. I reached out to them, and then I said, "Oh, I do make soap. You can give out you can give these out to your customers." And yeah, some of them were so happy with the soap, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry, we have put you down for the next batch of hampers that we're making, and we'll definitely be contacting you." At least I know that that one is generating income now. So my soap my hand creams, those are now generating income, which is the same thing. Your cash flow consists of customers. So you need to get customers before money starts to come in. And if your pricing is not right, you will realize at the end of the day that you are losing money, and that will not be good for your business. There are also some grants and funding that the councils give for startups and small businesses. So many of them. So if you go on the internet and then you search for some, you can actually apply and you will get it. Lastly, on the slide, please, whatever you do for the business, keep a receipt of it, because when it's time to file for taxes, you will need this. This is highly important. HMRC is not smiling when it comes to the money that you owe them. They are not smiling at all. Then, when it then comes to balancing business and well-being, you need to know that as a carer is stressful on its own. Like your caring responsibilities can sometimes be stressful depending on how you manage it. So don't give yourself too much that you cannot handle. You have to ensure that you manage your time carefully, and whatever you do helps you to reduce stress, and these would in turn prevent burnout. And then you can always have community support who are going to support you. And one thing that people take for granted when it comes to community support is is that they are your first customers. Your community, they are your first customers. So, for instance, if you are on a group chat, your community can actually support you on that group chat. So, you can sell to them, share your link with them, and they will be happy to support you. So, moving on to the next few slides. Yeah, I think we are almost at the end now. Key takeaways and next steps. So one of the key takeaways really is for your business setup. So you need to set up your business first. You need to do a lot of research on the structure. You need to do a lot of research when it comes to setting up your business. You need to know what HMRC is saying, what laws are changing. You need to make sure that all of that is set up nicely. And one thing I would also like to add to this is when you are creating the accounts that would go. So, for instance, when you're registering your business for the first time, and then you put your company's email address. If anything happens to the company's email address, you then need to contact HMRC or the company's house to confirm with them that you have changed your business email address. So that just takes a long time. But if you register, let's say a basic Gmail account, so if anything happens to the company's email, from a technical point of view, at least you know that you still have access to most of the things that you will need. The second point to take away is digital and social media presence. You do need a lot of social media presence, and creating content like this like the one I showed you, where you can basically go into chat GPT and then copy the content and go into Nano Banana or Whisk, or there are so many platforms now that can basically generate images for free. So the third thing is marketing and AI integration. You need to keep track of the things that you're selling online as well as the things that you're selling physically, and having a platform integrated into your business would help a lot with efficiency and time consumption. AI has really helped a lot of businesses with time. It's made their businesses efficient, whether it's through um, 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 online or in person. You will see that AI has been really helpful to a lot of businesses. And the second to the last point here is financial management. You can get like funding available in the local communities, online. If you would like me to send you a list of some places where you can get advice on funding, yeah, please do reach out to us on our social media platforms, and I'll be happy to share that information with you. Then the last one here is work-life balance and resilience. Please make sure, because as carers, it can be daunting. Like you have 1,001 things to remember, and then you now have a business to think about as well. So it's daunting, it's scary, it's it's sometimes impossible, but it's possible. You will realize that spending 30 minutes a day on just copying and pasting and posting your content would go a long way. But it's just creating that time for yourself. Yeah, you need to create that time for yourself and just think about it in this way. Your business is something that will last longer. Yeah, is something that would last, or your business, the business that you're setting up right now will go beyond your caring responsibilities. Yeah, think about it that way. It would go beyond your caring responsibilities. Yeah. So I think we've come to the end of our slides now. I just want to share, please, if you would like to reach out to us, please do reach out to us on social media, on our website, or do send us an email or scan the QR code, and it will just give you everything that we have, that we are. We also have a WhatsApp channel now, so please do reach out to us, and yeah, we'd love to connect with you. Any questions, please? I feel like I've covered almost everything, so it's now the Q&A time, and I'm super excited. Does anybody have any questions in the chat room? Let me have a look. No questions in the chat. Okay, no questions. All right. I think that was clear. Was Wasn't it? I think it was really, really clear. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I do hope that well, we are going to send all the details, all the information to you. This recording will also be shared. So please do watch the recording again, and please do let me know when you have any questions. And we are also going to be doing this often now, because there are a lot of carers in our community who would love to start their business. And this is a new year, a new beginning. to remember that all things are possible. Yeah, all things are possible. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you.